Good morning. So we are over the Long Mynd today, doing a circular, about 8 mile. Done this before, done a few routes around the Long Mynd, and all of them are stunning. I mean, so just parked up down there. It's going to be one of those little mixed bags. It's about 4-5 degrees, a little bit cooler than it has been, but it's not raining yet. Forecast a little bit mixed, but this route I believe takes us by the waterfalls, which is just up here in a minute. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'll try and get the drone up around there. But so in for about 4 or 5 hours maybe. See how we get on. Okay, so we've come just in a straight line from the car park, which is a National Trust car park, so it is paid, but straight line, follow the little stream up, and then you've got a choice. You could either go up there or turn left, the Light Spout Waterfall, 20 minutes in this direction, and that's the direction we are going in. So up this little part here. From what I remember, there is a bit of a small scramble up there. Nothing too drastic from what I remember. Ooh. So after about, I don't know, let's see what the watch says actually. Probably a mile-ish or something. Have to turn into Light Spout Waterfall. About a mile. And then you kind of get to the top of that, where you have to kind of then scramble up a little bit to go around it. And then up there is where we want to go. But I think it's worth just getting a bit of drone here actually. Top of the waterfall. And onwards and upwards. Quite sure how far in we are actually. I'll have a look in a minute. Such a gorgeous path there. So followed the path up from the waterfall. Gone over those little boardwalks. And on our route, we now have a choice. Waterfall walk, as it says there. We're splitting off to the right and heading off up this path. So we're following a trail which we got off alltrails.com. No doubt most of you have seen that. Even on the free, just like going on the free website, you can download GPXs, which is what we've done. So we're following an 8-mile GPX today. to be honest, I don't think even the paid subscription is actually that bad either. So, kind of gives you more features like 3D terrain mapping and stuff. So you kind of see what your route is looking like in 3D. But you can always go to Google Earth anyway and do that. Always curious as to who owns them. So I don't think we're quite 3 mile in. Now on this main path, about to cross one of the roads that goes right through the middle. So it is possible to park for free if you get up this way. Long Mynd has since been common since 1215. Heritage farming has helped shape the landscape you see today. Long Mynd commoners have commoning rights passed down from generation to the next, so their sheep and ponies can graze here. Long Mynd is a site of specific scientific interest, and since 1999 the commoners have signed up to environmental schemes to help protect the landscape. The Long Mynd commoners and the National Trust work together to look after the common. The gather. The gather is an ancient farming custom that has been used for centuries. Commoner families work together with dogs to take the sheep off the common to the farms. They need to do this 3 or 4 times a year for shearing, lambing, dipping and duping. Yeah, so there you go, commoners. Righty. Actually, there's actually a bus stop there, of all things. Right, carry on up the main path, track, whatever you want to call it. So, Trig Point, just up there, and then looking around, just see some snowy hills right on the horizon. In fact, yeah, I think I see what you mean actually. So, zoom in a little bit.
It looks like that could be the Reaping over there in the distance.
So yeah, not that you'll see it on here, but that does look like the Wrekin. That over there is Clee Hill, I can see. So then that could be the Wrekin, that little peak. But those stones actually, yeah, those sort of jagged stones right there, does kind of look a bit like Stipper, doesn't it? Is it Stipper stones, I think?
Yeah.
And then you can just see now the light hitting some mountains right in the background there, with snow on them. Here's the highest point. I mean, it's not high, but let's have a look. The should tell us what's in what direction. So there's the trig, which it actually says we are 517 metres. Oh, that's it. So Pole Bank, Long Mynd. That's where we are. And then just behind the trig there, Caer Caradoc. And then there's the Wrekin. And we are about to head off down that path, past those trees there. Just over 3.5 mile in, nearly halfway. It's actually not too bad, it's not even that windy. The view now is getting beautiful. Yeah. Feels more like spring now. Excuse me. So we're kind of heading off down back towards civilization. And if I remember from the last time, it kind of swings round and then goes back, sort of back up into the hills somewhere. Heading down from the top of Long Mynd. And now you can see Caer Caradoc over there. And then from Caer Caradoc, Hope Boulder will be over there. Now, if I remember on this route, we kind of get down to street level and then come back up the Long Mynd. So it takes you down one end, and then I think, if I remember, it goes back up the other. It's all very quaint, isn't it? Campers. Yeah, that's it. I think you're straight over from what I remember before. So looking a bit familiar. Remember now, you cross over that little stream and then you're on another bit of a climb back up. I don't remember these gates before though. So how far in was we? 7.36, so only a mile and a half-ish I think, but I know up here in a minute there's a ton of stairs going up, steps in the woods from what I remember. What is that? Well, it looks like a vent. It certainly looks Victorian, doesn't it? How curious. Right, top of that dirt track now. And just come past a few little houses. See a sign there. Town Brook Hollow. And that's where we're going. And as I remember, ton of steps going up now. Boy, 8 steps. Sign of old age. Nearly there. Okay, Caradoc up there in the distance. And now to the right. That is a big tree. Bet that made a noise when it went. Ooh. Kind of curious what you find in the middle of nowhere. I mean, what that building could be, no idea. And that one doesn't look domestic. But tell you what, I'll turn that into a house though. What a beautiful place. Look at that. All coming back to me now. Kind of remember that. How beautiful that is. So we've just hit the 8-mile mark. So we're not too far now. If I remember, I'm sure we go past near a golf course in a minute. We're on the last leg now. Now there's a little place to die for. And there is the car park.
Gone chilly now.
I mean, it has dropped again, hasn't it? It is weird. So here we go. So what are we on now? What does it say on your watch, Joe?
8.42.
8.4. Not quite 9.
By the time we get.
Yeah, that'd be about 8.5.
Coming up to 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Pulled up around 9, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
And as usual, we've taken it easy. A few stops here and there. So there you have it, 8.5 mile. I shall drop a link to the route on all trails. Well worth a look. Church Stretton. This is the National Trust car park, which is really filling up now. In fact, well, several coaches leaving now. So nice easy route. Just a little scramble by the waterfall. Nothing that anyone, I don't think, could manage that. So just that little scramble near the waterfall. Don't think anybody would have a problem with that. And once you're up there, there's nothing really particularly steep or anything. It's a nice, just a nice little walk. 8.5 mile. Check the Long Mynd out.